Senator Hagerty.
Thank you, Senator Shaheen, and thank you, Ranking Member Morin, for holding this hearing. Thank you, Attorney General, for being back with us today. I want to touch on something that's a great concern to my constituents, and I think, frankly, to the confidence of many people in our system that you control through the Department of Justice, and that's the matter of the Hunter Biden investigation. Received a great deal of press, but I want to ask you a bit about how the communications have worked within your department with the White House on this. First, have you been briefed on the Hunter Biden investigation matter yourself, General Garland?
So the Hunter Biden investigation, as I said, even in my own nomination confirmation hearing, is being run by and supervised by the United States Attorney for the District of Delaware.
I'm aware of that, but he reports to you.
He is supervising the investigation, and I'm not at liberty to talk about internal Justice Department deliberations, but he is in charge of that investigation. There will not be interference of any political or improper kind.
And are any senior officials in your department being briefed or?
Again, he is the supervisor of this investigation, and the normal processes of the department occur, but he is the supervisor of this investigation.
Well, if you won't be able to say whether there have been communications there, I'd like for you to tell me or answer this question, if you would. Would you think it would be appropriate for the President of the United States to call you into the Oval Office and tell you that his son didn't break the law regarding this matter?
Absolutely not, and the President has not done that, and the President is committed not to interfere not only in that investigation, but any other kind of
well, I agree with you, but
investigation.
But I do wonder this then. Why the President is resorting to TV and having his surrogates go on TV to say just that message. Earlier this month, White House Chief of Staff Ron Klein stated on national television that, quote, the President is confident that his son didn't break the law. And the White House Communications Director said that President Biden maintains his position that his son did nothing that was unethical. This is on national television. The President's already told his subordinates, clearly, that these are people that he can fire at will, that he and his family did nothing wrong. How can the American people be confident that his administration is conducting a serious investigation?
Because we put the investigation in the hands of a Trump appointee from the previous administration, who's the United States Attorney for the District of Delaware, and because you have me as the Attorney General who is committed to the independence of the Justice Department from any influence from the White House in criminal matters.
Well, I think the observation here is terribly critical because there's an obvious conflict of interest here because of those who are investigating the Biden family and their enterprise can be fired by the head of the family who's being investigated. That is, Joe Biden can fire the Attorney General in Delaware. He can have an impact on all of your staffing. And I want to ask you this. Under what circumstances do you consider or how do you evaluate whether you would appoint a special counsel?
I think this is a fact and law question in each case, determining and depending upon how cases go forward, and a question of whether the Justice Department, with its normal processes, should continue. I want to be clear, though, special counsels are also employees of the Justice Department. We don't have an independent counsel statute anymore. Both the Democrats and the Republicans experimented with this, and I think probably in the end neither side liked it, and that's why we ended up with the law not being reauthorized. But in any event, the special counsel is also an employee of the Justice Department.
Have you had any consideration about whether to do this? Or
again, I think our internal deliberations have to stay within the department.
Got it. Again, I'll just restate that there's an obvious conflict there that raises concerns amongst my constituents. I'd like to turn to some public evidence, though. There are emails and photographs that show that President Biden, while he was vice president, met several of Hunter Biden's business associates, including a Burisma executive, that's the energy company that paid Hunter Biden $1 million per year to sit on its board, and a Russian billionaire who paid Hunter's firm $3.5 million around the same time. All of this is while President Biden was running portions of the United States foreign policy, including Ukraine. There's evidence that Hunter Biden paid for Joe Biden's living expenses while he was vice president. A Hunter Biden email from 2010 entitled JRB Bills, Joe R. Biden Bills, discusses paying for the upkeep of Joe Biden's large lakefront home. There's another 2010 email from a Biden confidant to Hunter Biden saying, quote, your dad just called me. He could use some positive news about his future earnings potential. To me, this suggests that Joe Biden's $231,000 salary is taxpayer-funded salary, and lifestyle as Vice President of the United States weren't enough to support his lifestyle. That same confidant and also Hunter Biden's business partner made 9 visits to the White House between 2009 and 2013 and met with Joe Biden in the West Wing while Joe Biden was vice president. And we have a text message from Hunter Biden to his daughter stating that, "Don't worry, unlike Pop," meaning Joe Biden, "I won't make you give me half your salary." So it seems President Biden was serving as vice president and running U.S. foreign policy at the same time that his son Hunter Biden was raking in money from shady foreign business deals, and this was money that was being diverted to benefit Vice President Biden. So, General Garland, do you have any reason to dispute the evidence that indicates that President Biden was involved with and using money from Hunter Biden's business deals?
Senator, following the long-standing rule of the Justice Department, we don't discuss investigations or evidence that may or may not be relevant to investigations. That's a matter for the United States Attorney's Office that's investigating the case.
Well, that's great. Thank you.